Please, I can't sleep.
It's time to listen to Courtney at last on the Ramblings of an Insomniac podcast.
Hello. Welcome to episode 51 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney Perry. Hey, I'm giving myself a gold star. I'm adulting today. I did not wait 2 months to do my next podcast. Go me for being a functioning member of society. Woohoo! Progress, right? I'm focusing on the small stuff. And I say gold star because part of what has been keeping me up, I'm just jumping right to it, just delving right into it, like no chit chat, no foreplay whatsoever, just jumping into this. Part of why I said gold star is I was talking to my partner about how when couples are together and let's say, they're working and stuff and someone is home and like about sharing the load and how when people use the term like I am, cleaning or cooking or whatever or I'm doing this errand to help you. Sometimes I tend to get weird and I don't like that when people say that with each other because it's like, well, the house is both of ours and I think that we both should help share the load in certain things. And then there's things that I genuinely feel that another partner needs to take more of the responsibility for because, maybe one person is home more often. So maybe they can share the load in certain areas that someone that is not home as often. So anyways, we got on this topic though about appreciating people and like saying thank you and stuff. And it turned into this whole stupid thing about sometimes, I want to be appreciated for the things I do. But then other times it's like, okay, there's a car coming and it is like speeding down the road. Just like last time I'm on a back road. Anyway, I'm like, I think we should definitely like thank our partners and we should definitely say thank you when our partners go out of their way to do stuff. And even when they're doing things that are technically quote, quote, their job, it's still nice to be like gold star paint on the back. Oh, hang on. I'm going to pause for a minute because there's a car. So I'm pausing. Man, people are so territorial, which I get because I always want to know what people are doing on the back road too. It looks weird, I suppose. But anyway, it's funny. It's a weird balance, I think, because part of me, I'll speak for myself, is like, well, I'm not going to like give you a pat on the back and say thank you for doing things that I feel like are your responsibility. But then it's like, well, that's shitty because we still should appreciate each other and appreciate what our partner does, whether it's our, responsibility or a job or whatever. We still want to be told, like, just like when we go to work. Yes, if we choose to fill out an application, show up at that job, and we choose that job, then of course we need to show up to work every day because it's our responsibility, it's our duty. And we need to be doing what our job description is. Like that's what is asked of us, that's what's expected, so we should do it. And we don't necessarily need to get pats on the back for doing something that we're paid. Like we're getting paid to do this. That is our gold star. Our gold star is that we have a job and we're getting paid and we can put food on the table and pay our bills. But at the same time, we have employee of the month and we have incentives because doing our job still sucks sometimes. And getting up in the morning and trying to be an adult and trying to be a human sometimes sucks and is hard and is a lot more difficult than others. So sometimes we do need that gold star pat on the back because maybe that day we really didn't feel like getting out of bed. Maybe that day we were really pissed off and we felt like smacking every human that was in front of our face and we didn't. And yes, we're not supposed to and we're expected not to. But that doesn't take away from the fact that sometimes it's hard not to. And that doesn't take away from the fact that sometimes our quote job or responsibilities aren't extraordinarily exhausting sometimes. And So I had to kind of, reset, I guess, my train of thought. And as I shared before, when you are learning to live together again after a long period of time, you have all these expectations. In your head, you have expectations of each other that sometimes are really not reality. They're not logical. And then because you had those in your head, you're not willing to accept that maybe they were my expectations, but maybe that person just really isn't capable of that right that moment. Because right now the circumstances are much different than we thought. And if you really, you just have to kind of pick what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to live with, what your boundaries are. And talking about boundaries, I think, is really important in general with any couple, whether they've had time away or not. But it's even more important to those that have people in the military, or like I said, that for whatever reason, their partner is away for a period of time and they have that separation. And then, hot damn, there's another freaking car coming. Jeez Louise. Anyway, when they have the separation and then they come back, whether they do or not, whether you're a couple that's together all the time or not, if you and your partner are arguing a lot and stuff, you have to kind of go, okay, we chose to be married or we chose to live together. Therefore, we're choosing to accept each other who we are through the good and the bad. Oh my God, I have to pause again because there's another car. Jeez, I pick like the worst times. It's so annoying. God, and then people mean mug me like I'm out here, like I've got a cell phone sticking out the window talking into it. I can see how maybe I look weird or crazy, but clearly I'm not doing anything that's wrong or anything like that. I mean, I'm sitting here looking out at cows. So, yeah. And then they drive by really slow and they're like looking at me like, what is she doing? But I get it because, like I said, I don't want people driving down my road, and I always look at people like, who are you? Are you normal? So I guess I'm a hypocrite. I should shut my face. But anyways, back to the topic. I do think that now they're pulling over. Oh my God. Okay. I do think that when you are together with someone, whether you're married or just choose to live together, at some point you're like, I'm going to take the flaws with the good. I'm going to take the good with the bad. But you also have to decide, is the bad safe? Like, are the things that your partner does, is the bad safe? Is it healthy for you mentally or physically? Because if it's not, then you probably shouldn't. When they say take the good with the bad, it doesn't mean that you accept abuse or you accept things that can harm you or put you in danger. But to some extent, it does mean that if your partner is going through a really difficult time, you have to figure out how to make it work. Because if you're just with each other through the good, then obviously you're not really a team, which got us talking about couples that have to be together 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. If you're one of those couples, I'm not knocking on you. I'm really not. I just want to understand something. I've had this conversation with many friends and many people. I have several friends that like to, when they want to go out with their friends, and let's say it's even during the day for coffee, for lunch, they have their cell phones with them and they're texting their partner while they're supposed to be having lunch with their friends that they haven't seen. Or let's say they're out and they're trying to have a good time and their partner's like, where are you? What are you doing? What are you doing now? What are you doing now? Or, oh, we're having a good time. And then like they spend every single moment, they go out together. Or let's say they don't even go out separately. Let's say these are the couples that have to do every single thing together. Like they have to go to coffee together. They have to go to lunch together. They have to go out together. They have to go to the movies together. They have to go on drives together. Everything is together. Although that may be adorable to a lot of people. And again, I'm not trying to say that it's not. I'm trying to understand, though, how that is good coping mechanisms for any time that you're not together. Let's say there's a situation, for God forbid, you can't be together for like a couple of weeks or something. Oh my God, not only is there another car coming, but there's a damn freaking motorcycle. For the love of God. Okay. You guys, I'm just going to let you hear it because every time I keep pausing this, I'm afraid that I have to start all over. And let me tell you that I've already started over this freaking podcast like 3 times today because people keep calling, oh, it's Amazon. Amazon will find you in the middle of nowhere. Jeff Bezos, he will find you on any freaking country road. That was Amazon. But again, I'm not knocking people, but I feel like there's no coping when you are with each other every moment. How is that healthy? I feel like it's healthy when someone has poker night, or someone has bowling league, or someone has their quilting, or someone has their coffee with their friends, or fishing, or whatever it is. I don't think it needs to be every day. I don't think it needs to be every week, but even if it's one day a week, even if it's a couple hours, a half an hour, one day a week, I think that is very healthy, personally. I personally feel like couples don't need to be texting and calling, going, what are you doing? What are you doing now? What are you and your friends doing? Well, I don't know. We're not able to do anything because you won't stop fucking calling me. So my friends are doing nothing except listening to us talk on the phone. And that's annoying. You know what I mean? I am very much, have always been the type of person where I need space. I need my time alone. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not cheating. I'm not sneaking. I'm not doing anything that I don't want my partner to know about. I am an only child, as discussed many times, and I need some space. I don't like being around people, even my own children, even my own family, even my own partner, even my best friends, every single day. That to me is extraordinarily annoying. I need space. I need time to myself. So help me understand, those of you that are the power couples that do everything together. Do you feel that that is healthy? Again, I'm not trying to say spend every moment apart or anything like that. I'm just saying it seems weird to spend every moment together as well. But I think it's kind of strange when sorry, I lost my train of thought. There was a biker that just went by. And now my recording probably just got messed up because I moved it. If I have to start this recording over one more time, I swear. That is why you're hearing cars and stuff. That's why I'm leaving it in there and I'm not editing it out, because I've already had to start this over so many times and I'm scared to death to push pause. Oh my God, now my low battery. All right. Is this the universe's way of telling me to stop babbling, to shut up? So I just wanted to throw out in the universe, how many of you are couples that have that maybe one day a week or one time a month or whatever, or maybe it's a half an hour every day that you have to yourself, where each of you has your moment where you're either alone and you do your alone thing, or you're in a group, I don't know, like some kind of club or a activity like golfing or something? Or are you the type of couple that is with each other all the time? Again, I'm not knocking that, not saying anything against it. I'm just saying that's not how I personally roll, and I'd probably smother my partner with a pillow if I were with them every moment. I would probably start hating the way that they blinked their eyeballs at that point, because I don't do people all the time. Love people, want to help people. Oh my God, you've got to be kidding me. Did I just pick, is it? What the hell? It is 4:36 on a back road. What is everybody doing? I'm so confused. I swear to God that life is like, oh, Courtney's doing a podcast. So let all the airplanes, helicopters, birds, cars, owls, my dogs. Jeez Louise. You're getting the live. I feel like this is like the live version, like I'm out like a journalist or something. Oh, at least that guy just waved like, hey, sup. I love him. Good guy. He's just like, hey, sup. All right. I guess that should mean I should shut up but it's only 14 minutes. Anyway, that is part of what I wanted to talk about. The whole, if we all need that pat on the back, I think we all deserve a pat on the back, whether we are just doing life skills that we should do, whether, like I said, it means that we didn't slap the person we wanted to slap, we didn't, oh my God, there's like a little golf cart coming. I'm just going to wrap this up. I think the universe is saying, Courtney, you've babbled long enough. Enjoy what you're looking at and take the time to. It's a beautiful day out. It's gorgeous. It's sunny. It smells amazing. There's like barely any clouds in the sky. It's probably, if I had to guess, like 56 degrees, which again is not by any means, no, it's not 56, probably 50. Not warm at all, but hey, it's not freezing. I can hear frogs. I'm watching, there's a falcon that has been circling around. There are some cows in the background. There's some horses. I'm by a vineyard, by the way. I'm by a vineyard also, which is pretty cool. Now here comes a gator doing his little gator stuff down the vineyard. That's cute. So the scenery is not too shabby. Maybe the universe is trying to tell me to get off this and enjoy. But wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having a good day. I hope that you get the pat on the back that you deserve. I hope that you get your gold star and someone tells you thank you and that they appreciate you, because we need to hear it sometimes, And if you are, with your partner and you're going through a rough time, it is definitely good to decide what your boundaries are before you even choose a partner, really. But when you're with a partner, you just need to decide, are these boundaries that I'm willing to work with? Are these boundaries I'm willing to accept and work with? Or are these something that crosses the line that I simply can't put up with? And if it's something, of course, that's not safe or healthy for you, then you shouldn't, for better or for worse doesn't mean that you go through life in an abusive relationship. That's for sure, an unsafe relationship. But it also means that you don't throw in the towel over someone that's just annoying you, or over someone that's maybe going through a really rough time and probably isn't at their best, maybe isn't treating you great, but you know that it's also because maybe they've experienced a lot of trauma. Maybe they've gone through a lot, and although that's not an excuse, that doesn't make it okay. It doesn't necessarily mean you should kick them when they're down. It doesn't mean you should throw salt in the wound by saying you need support now more than ever. Now more than ever, where you're feeling vulnerable and scared and insecure and you've gone through trauma, even though you may not be treating me great in the meantime, you're doing the best you can by waking up every morning and not killing someone, not kicking someone, not killing yourself. Most importantly, not killing yourself. If you're at a state in your mind right now where you're just feeling so shitty and you don't have a partner to support you, that's awful. If you're at it alone, that's awful. So I'm learning to, although it is hard for me as well, it is not just about me. I'm choosing to stay in this relationship, even though it's hard, even though it's causing me stress too. But it's not just about me. I am a team. I am a partner. So I just wanted to throw that out there for anybody that needs to know. And if I listen to this podcast again and I listen to it back and it has a bunch of sound in it, I'm going to be so angry because I've had to do this a million times, y'all. I got to tell you. Anyway, this is episode 51 of the Ramblings of an Insomniac. I am Courtney Perry, and you know what? Thanks a lot for listening. I appreciate you all. I said that kind of weird. I didn't mean it like, thanks a lot. That came out wrong. But thank you very much for listening. I appreciate you greatly. And until next time.